$2,700 was already gone. It vanished from his account before the sun rose. This was Phoenix, in the dry heat of 2025. Marco's food truck was his entire life. He had made a large cash deposit on Monday evening. By Tuesday morning, the money had simply disappeared. His online bank portal showed a negative balance. He received no phone call or personal warning. The bank's automated email was cold and clinical. It mentioned a significant deposit discrepancy adjustment. Marco assumed it was a simple clerical error. He never suspected the system was designed to do this. How could a successful weekend turn into a financial nightmare? His name was Marco. He was a dedicated and honest business owner. He built his popular taco truck from the ground up. He knew his regular customers by name and order. The previous weekend had been a massive success. A downtown street festival brought in huge, hungry crowds. Cash sales were higher than ever before. He handled hundreds of transactions himself with a smile. Each sale felt like a small, hard-won victory. He carefully counted the stacks of cash Sunday night. The bundles of bills represented his best weekend ever. He felt a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. This money was earmarked for inventory and rent. He followed every rule he had ever been taught. He used the secure night deposit box at his branch. He got his printed receipt the next morning. The numbers on the slip matched his count perfectly. He had done everything right. He had no reason to believe there was a problem. Why was he the one being financially ruined? The problem started deep inside the bank's cash vault. Automated currency counters process thousands of bills per hour. These machines use ultraviolet and magnetic ink sensors. They are built to detect imperfections instantly. Marco's deposit was immediately flagged by the system. A senior bank teller verified the machine's finding. 27 separate $100 bills were counterfeit. These were not cheap inkjet copies. They were sophisticated fakes known as supernotes. They felt real and could pass basic pen tests. The paper and watermarks were nearly perfect. The bank followed its strict federal protocol. They immediately seized the counterfeit currency as evidence. They reversed the provisional credit to Marco's account. Then the hidden part of the system activated. To bring this story to life, This is the Mastermind Archive has reconstructed these events using synthetic media built from public records, documented cases, and verified financial data. The bank's deposit agreement protected them completely. The fatal clause was buried on page 14. It stated all risk for counterfeit notes is on the depositor. The bank accepts zero liability for fraudulent currency. Marco learned this on a sterile phone call. The bank manager was polite but immovable. The money was gone forever. The bank's decision was final and non-negotiable. What arcane rule gave the bank this much power? The $2,700 did not just disappear into thin air. It was confiscated by the bank for the Secret Service. Marco would never see that money again. The bank's reversal of the credit created a cascade failure. An automated payment for his main food supplier was due. The check was for $2,000. With the deposit gone, that payment bounced hard. The bank charged Marco a $35 overdraft fee. His supplier system added a $50 late penalty. His supplier also immediately suspended his credit account. They paused all future food deliveries to him. Another automatic payment for his truck's lot space bounced. This triggered a second $35 overdraft fee. It also put him in violation of his lease agreement. Within 48 hours, his business account was bleeding. His business credit score took a severe, direct hit. The bank's algorithms reported the negative activity. The entire financial system is automated. It is designed to punish perceived instability. Marco was now being treated like a financial risk. He was the primary victim of a serious crime. How could one deposit completely shatter his reputation? Marco had done everything he thought was right. He had worked tirelessly for years to build his dream. Now his entire business was grinding to a halt. He could not purchase new ingredients without credit. His popular food truck sat parked, cold and empty. Every single day it was closed meant more lost income. He frantically tried to explain the situation to vendors. They only heard the familiar story of bounced checks. The trust that took him years to build was gone. He felt a profound sense of shame and isolation. He was forced to borrow money from his elderly parents. This was just to cover his own personal apartment rent. The financial stress became a crushing physical weight. It also took a deep and lasting emotional toll. He began to second-guess every single decision. He grew suspicious of every new customer's face. The simple joy of his work had been stolen. He was a victim twice over. first by counterfeiters and then by the banking rules. What part of the system allowed this to happen? The system is called the Uniform Commercial Code. It contains the foundational rules of American commerce. These laws govern all negotiable instruments, including cash. The bank's deposit agreement is built upon this code. It legally transfers all liability to the business owner. The bank is merely a processor, not a guarantor. Detecting fake currency is considered a cost of doing business. Small businesses are always the most vulnerable. They cannot afford the bank's detection technology. This knowledge is your only real defense. Marco's lost $2,700 was a brutal lesson. Every story in this archive is drawn from real financial systems that affect real people every single day. The mechanics you just learned are not hypothetical. They are happening right now in banks, lenders, and credit offices across America. Knowing how they work is your first line of defense. Knowledge alone is not enough. Every financial situation is different. Before making any decision about your money, speak with a licensed financial professional who knows your specific circumstances. This archive exists to educate, never to advise. This is the Mastermind Archive. Now you know. Subscribe the Mastermind Archive for a new story every day.